Once upon a time, in the glimmering city of Vitra, everyone was born with a heart made of pure, transparent glass. These hearts were visible in their chests, shining with a soft, white light. In Vitra, perfection was the law. If your heart was clear and smooth, you were considered royalty. But glass is fragile. When people felt great sadness, disappointment, or failure, their glass hearts would crack. In this city, a cracked heart was seen as shameful trash. As soon as a citizen's heart chipped or shattered, they would run to the exchange tower, a cold hospital where doctors would remove the broken heart and replace it with a brand new synthetic plastic one. The plastic hearts were perfect and unbreakable, but they felt nothing. They were cold, dull, and empty. On the outskirts of the city, in a small, dusty workshop filled with ticking clocks and warm candlelight, lived a young man named Elian. Elian was an outcast because his own chest was a map of spiderweb cracks. He refused to trade his heart for a plastic one. Instead, he became a mender every night. Elian would scavenge the dumpsters behind the exchange tower, collecting the shattered glass hearts that people had thrown away. He would bring them back to his shop and carefully piece them back together. But he didn't just use glue. He used a mixture of melted gold and sunlight. When he finished, the hearts were no longer perfect, smooth glass. They were covered in jagged veins of shining gold. They were ugly to the people of the city, but to Elian they were masterpieces. One day, the princess of Vitra, a girl named Lyra, who was famous for having the clearest, most flawless heart in the kingdom, suffered a terrible tragedy. Her beloved horse, which she had raised since she was a child, passed away. The grief hit her like a hammer. For the first time in her life, a loud crack echoed through the palace. A jagged fissure appeared right down the center of her beautiful glass heart. The king was horrified. "Cover it up," he demanded. "Go to the exchange tower immediately. A princess cannot be broken." Lyra ran to the tower, weeping. But as she stood in line, looking at the people walking out with their new plastic hearts, she noticed something terrifying. They weren't crying anymore, but they weren't smiling either. They looked like robots. They had traded their pain for numbness. Lyra realized she didn't want to stop feeling, even if it hurt. Terrified, she ran away from the tower and found herself at Elian's dusty workshop. "Can you fix me?" she asked, trembling. "Without taking away my feelings?" Elian nodded gently. "I cannot make it look new," he warned. "You will always carry the scar. But the scar is what holds you together." He heated his pot of liquid gold. The process was slow. As he poured the gold into the crack in Lyra's heart, it stung, but then a warm, comforting heat spread through her chest. When he was finished, Lyra looked down. A thick, shining line of gold now ran through her heart. It pulsed with a rhythm that was stronger and deeper than before. She felt sadness for her horse. Yes, but she also felt a profound, overwhelming love that she had never felt with the smooth glass. Lyra returned to the palace. The king gasped in disgust. "You are ruined," he shouted. "You are damaged goods." But Lyra shook her head. She walked out to the balcony to address her people. The sunlight hit her chest, and the gold vein didn't look like a flaw. It sparked and glittered brighter than any diamond. The people of the city, many of whom were hiding their own cracks under thick coats, looked up in awe. They saw that the princess was broken, yet she was shining brighter than ever. One by one, the citizens stopped going to the exchange tower. They started coming to Elian. They brought their grief, their failures, and their heartbreaks. Elian mended them all with gold. Slowly, the city of Vitra changed. It was no longer a city of cold, perfect, white glass. It became a city of walking art, millions of people walking the streets with hearts streaked in gold, celebrating their history, their survival, and their strength. They learned that a heart that has been broken and healed is far more beautiful than a heart that has never lived at all. Moral of the story: do not be ashamed of your scars or your past. Your cracks are not signs of weakness. They are the proof that you survived. It is our broken pieces put back together that make us truly unique and beautiful. Thank you for watching this story. If you have ever felt broken, remember that you are just in the process of healing with gold. Hit the like button if this story touched you, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring tales.